I'm Alessandra Barrett, Senior Content Editor for JOC, and I'm at our 2019 Container Trade Europe Conference with our Day 1 keynote presenter, Mark Meyer, CEO and Managing Partner of Meyerson. Great to have you here.
Thank you very much. Great to be here.
Now, your keynote addressed the idea that in the complexity of global container trade, there is opportunity. Can you speak to that a bit?
Absolutely. I didn't only refer to the growing complexity, but also volatility, uncertainty, and sometimes ambiguity of the market that is surrounding us. And I also addressed the three parties of the shipping community. That is, in my words, the shipper or the customer. It's a capacity provider, mostly the shipping lines, but also railways and terminals. And then what I call the solution provider could be a forwarder, 3PL, but also could be an intelligence service like yourself. And all parties have challenges and opportunities with the world we are confronted with. And the opportunity that I see for the shippers is to use the supply chain, global supply chains, that to manage them is not that easy, to use that as a strategic weapon, as a differentiator against their competitors, meaning that maybe their own product may have become a commodity as well. They can use services and quality and other upsides of better managed supply chains to prevail. When it comes to the shipping lines, their main challenge is definitely that still their service is a commodity, is perceived as a commodity. So they will have to increase their service levels and their quality as well in order to compete and use that as a differentiator. And the struggle that I see is the further consolidation, further injection of capacity into the market for them and just to stay alive, really. And then when it comes to the forwarding community, this is where I can speak for myself, where I am perceived to be the middleman. I don't like that. That is a perception of the past. I think the forwarders that are able to take advantage of technology solutions, adding value to the supply chain, will prevail and will have a good opportunity to be a beneficiary of the current developments.
How do you see the role of forwarders changing? Looking forward, let's say the next 10 years, what will a forwarder look like?
Well, a forwarder traditionally does three things. Outsourced fulfillment services, such as booking containers, buying rates, selling them to the customers. I would call this fulfillment services that are outsourced by the end customer. The second one is customer service and troubleshooting in an imperfect world to balance out problems. And the third one is innovation, continuous improvement. The big challenge here is that we are getting paid for the fulfillment services and we monetize on the fact that the market is intransparent and that we have economies of scale when we buy freight. I think that is something that will vanish. So we have to much more focus on using technology and market intelligence to improve supply chain for customers so that they perceive that value as a real value for themselves and also are willing to pay a fair price for that.
Looking ahead to 2020, what challenges are you most concerned about?
Well, it's a further compression of rates. The introduction of IMO 2020 will definitely lead to rate increases or at least increases of the overall charge from the shipping company, and that to be conveyed to the customers might be difficult. I think there is agreement in the community that we have to pass on this cost, but there's also uncertainty about what the real amount is and will be, and it is also very hard to predict now what it will be. And another challenge is that the shipping lines are introducing different methodologies to calculate that surcharge. And as a forwarder, we are then challenged because we cannot apply multiple surcharges to our customers to come up with our own surcharge with the opportunity and the risk involved in it.
Great. Well, thanks for sitting down with me today, and thanks for presenting.
You're welcome. Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
I've been speaking with Mark Meyer, CEO and Managing Partner of Meyerson and keynote speaker for JOC Container Trade Europe 19.